going to go ahead and address community guidelines really briefly before we get started today, as we are behind. Um, so, just as usual, please be engaged. Please go ahead and drop in the comments where you're watching from or listening from. We would love to hear from you. Be respectful of anyone who comes on the show and shares about their passion, purpose, and plan. This is a safe space for people to come and share about their passions. So, we want to be continuously respectful of that. Definitely like, follow, and share Doing the Most Media on Facebook, Instagram, and if you're watching from YouTube, definitely subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date on all the small businesses and their passions and their plans, because we want to know those things. Lastly, we are Doing the Most Media. We are here to support small businesses and especially Black-owned businesses as a lifestyle and not just as a trend. So if that's something you're interested in, always be tuned in because we will be doing that right along with you. Without further ado, today's guest is Jiffydance. Thank you so much for joining us. She is an international dance instructor who owns Jiff Collection trademark. Today, in honor of Women's History Month, I wanted to make sure that we honor women all week long who are living full out in their purpose and living their purpose out loud. So she is one of those people, and I want to thank you again for joining us and coming on here with us today.
Thank you for the opportunity, and thanks for the cool introduction.
You're welcome. So I want to go ahead and let you tell us a little bit about who you are as an international dance instructor by way of Chicago.
Well, I was born and raised here in Chicago, and life kind of drifted me into dance. I've always used that as a way to express myself and kind of escape. After leaving the military, I was like, I need to get back into dance. No matter what career field I veered off to, I always found a way to come back to dance. I was like, you know what? Maybe that's my purpose and that's my way to use my voice and to help others heal through different things that I was going through, as I used it as a escape door. And literally once I decided like this is what I wanted to do, take professionally, I was a professional dancer prior to the company actually starting. It not too soon, since due to COVID, I've been able to reach a broader audience, expanding nationwide in over 25 states and then in 3 other countries.
What 3 countries are you also in outside
Uh,
of Europe?
Montreal, Quebec, and in the UK.
Okay, exciting.
Mhm.
So what fuels your passion for all things dance? Because it's more than just dance. This is a lifestyle. This is life.
Yes, it is. Um, it really is getting the understanding of learning exactly who I am and being able to express myself in a way that will fulfill me positively. Some people, need different ways to escape, and sometimes they choose isolation, or they might choose some type of substance, to help them cope with things. Dance is obviously it definitely helps. It gets you some good cardio in. So it's fun. I'm able to connect with other people. And it's the stories that really keep me fueled. The testimonies, like that's something that's absolutely priceless. I mean, besides my own testimony, I literally have over 300 testimonies from different super moms and career women of like who've actually been able to find dance as their outlet, and it help and impact their everyday lives. So that definitely keeps me fueled after every class.
Wow, that's amazing that you get to hear the stories from in real time from people how you impact them.
Yeah, especially during COVID. Like, yes.
Oh yeah, everybody's been cooped up at home, and like you said, those other maybe more negative coping skills. This is a way to avoid those and stay in a kind of like on a healthier path for sure.
Yes.
So, do you have a unique perspective when it comes to dance? It's medicine in 8 counts. Can you tell us where that came from and what that means to you?
Well, specifically, obviously, we live in um, today's society where Western medicine is used as the pacifier to a lot of different deficiencies and diseases that we come in contact with, whether if it's a vaccine or it's some form of antibiotic, or there's literally a pill for anything that you can name of. Oh, I have a cough, here's a pill. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my back is aching, here's a pill. Um, And although Western medicine has helped us evolve and overcome a lot of things, it has also like given us a type of crutch to understand there's other means for us to heal and overcome things. And so when you think of healing, most of the time you think of like, I need medicine. So I feel like anything that can help you can be used as a tool on your journey to healing is definitely medicine in my book.
Definitely. You make a good point about medicine, like prescribed medications being like that number one go to. Like as soon as something's wrong, like let's get a prescription for that. And sometimes we just need to prescribe ourselves some movement for sure.
Absolutely.
So I just have to ask, there's more than the physical fitness piece when it comes to the dancing and the instruction that you provide. You have some mental health pieces in there and some affirmations. I see a lot of that going on. So how do you incorporate all of that into what you do to make it a full experience?
Whew. Um, well, without giving you the complete blueprint,
Right,
um,
right.
it's really, really simple. Like once you're able to ground yourself, and me as an instructor, I'm able to allow others to come into my space and experience what that grounding feels like. So the different things, whether if it's everybody needs an affirmation. Affirmations are just like little reminders, verbal reminders for things that you already know about yourself or things that you kind of forgot about yourself at one point. So you come to class just to get that boost of energy in order to fuel you for the rest of the day, not understanding that like, I didn't even know that I needed this moment. I didn't know that I need to tell myself that I'm beautiful. I didn't know that I need to say, I can do this. This is easy. I didn't know that if someone told me if I take care of my body, it'll take care of me. And those things kind of come muscle memory as you come and join the gymnasium family. And it's just something that you'll use as you use medicine, like you take it every Wednesday or every night before bed. This is something that you'll use as a part of your healness toolbox to remind you of like the different things that you should practice on a day-to-day basis to get through those tough times.
Okay. So this sounds like it's really honestly an extension of you and the work that you've done for yourself, and you're extending that to others as they realize they need something in their life, and you're helping them experiment with the affirmations and the movement until they find what works best for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we all, you don't have to necessarily be diagnosed with a illness in order for you to feel like there's something that you may be lacking. And you don't also have to say that, oh, I've experienced anxiety or depression is something that runs in my family in order for you to need a form of affirmation or to be overfueled. I don't know anybody that is necessarily too positive. You know what I'm saying? Like there,
Mhm.
especially in today's society when there's always something that can kind of throw you off, having that boost of energy in those different tools will definitely help you out on a day-to-day basis.
Oh, I'm sure I can only imagine when, especially once you get into the music and you hear a song that you heard in class, it kind of brings that extra feeling that you
Yeah.
wouldn't maybe
Now
have
you're just like
naturally.
ready to enjoy your day. Some people don't even want to leave class. Like, oh dang, it's over. But you're in a more upbeat mood and tempo after finishing, not knowing that maybe like that is what you need. You needed that burst in order for you to go into the rest of your day with a different attitude.
Definitely. A lot of what you do involves confidence. How do you help people reach that level of confidence where they're able to try something new that maybe they weren't ready to do quite outside of the closet or out quite outside of their bedroom, or maybe it's just where they need to be at. How do you help people with confidence in that area?
Well, identity is one of the biggest things that we tap into class. A lot of times, people are shy or they have a sense of nervousness, timid, or even just unsure, and that's because they may be suffering from some type of self-esteem. Things that they haven't necessarily dug deep into. You may just be thinking like, "Girl, she said she got this toy class, she got this hip roll class. I ain't got no rhythm. What the heck I'm gonna do in there?" But that mindset in itself already that sense of doubt and lack thereof, it just shows that a part of you, even though this may be something that may be foreign, you're going into it kind of apprehensive versus walking into it like, you know what? I mean, what's the worst that can happen, girl? I'm gonna step on my left foot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of a more open-minded and ready to kind of conquer or on take on this new task. Not saying that it's not like everyone leaves with a score sheet from class, but ultimately it's beginner friendly, no rhythm required, and it's there for you to be able to tap into that other side of you that you've been kind of ignoring.
Definitely. I like that piece about that confidence. So what you come in with attitude wise is how you take on the class.
Yeah, it's perception for sure. But I'll
Yes.
switch that around. It's okay. It's okay.
So who are you trying to reach? Is there a target audience that you're trying to reach with the classes, or is it just is this an everybody thing?
Well, there's always a target audience. I mean, this is a company, we do have a geared focus, but do we get people outside of our target audience? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like people come from different walks of life and you get into different things that you might have thought that you never even loved. We literally try to cater to super moms and career women who are trying to tap into a healthier lifestyle and they kind of just need direction on doing that. And they also struggle with different scars that they don't like to necessarily talk about or don't have rhyme or reason to kind of put it into words. And we just allow them a tool to be able to let their body tell their stories instead of having to verbalize some of those struggles.
That's amazing. Because sometimes there are no words for it at all.
Yes. And that's okay. That's okay.
So in your journey to international dance instructor, was there a challenge or were there a series of challenges when it came to bringing the classes to the people? I know you said there was a transition with COVID, but as far in general or with respect to COVID, were there anything specific as far as barriers?
Well, I was already teaching prior to COVID. So once COVID kind of like hit and it was like, ah, well, there's going to be a brief intermission. But then when it was like, okay, well, no, it is deadly if you guys actually go outside. I did have to make a transition onto virtual, but it was more so one of those things that like this was an entire market that I had just completely neglected. Once I actually switched over to being 100% virtual, at this point, I found out there was more gyms that was all across the United States that I had ignored, which was such a beautiful thing because now literally like 90% of our everyday participants are not even from Illinois. So it's a beautiful thing, for sure. It's just having a sense of the same thing that we were bringing in class. Now that's just opening it up for other gyms that are alike.
Okay. I'm glad to hear about that transition. A lot of people, there was a lot of people who struggled with that, with the transition to COVID and because of COVID and to the virtual platforms and the virtual, not everybody had the same response or the same feedback, but it sounds like that door just needed to be opened, honestly. That way you
Yeah.
could reach more people and more people could reach you and what
hmm
you do. So in what ways has COVID restricted your ability to do and have you done any in-person classes or has that all come to a halt and it's only solely virtual at this point?
So temporarily, and this is given things will be safe for everyone. It's really unfortunate. Almost 500,000 at this point lives have been completely lost due to COVID. And I hate to say a number because those are real people, brothers, sister, uncles, moms, cousins. I mean, it's just, it's such a sad, sad thing. But when things are safer, I want to be able to bring in person. But right now, we will remain safe and keep things virtually. But that hasn't stopped classes at all. Private bookings, those have, there has been a slight change. But for the most part, we literally have 8 bookings that are pending, already paid for in full, for when it's okay to open, like they're ready. They are ready. So we're excited for the transition, but we're making sure that everyone is safe.
That speaks volumes for the impact that you're having on that community of super moms that you're talking about. Like they're ready. Everybody's ready, really, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing to hear. So, if you had to describe what taking a class with you is like, and I know that's like probably kind of odd because it's your class, but if you had to describe that for the people, like what is it like to come into a class? What is the energy like? And what can someone maybe expect? I know you can't tell us everything, but what can someone expect coming into a class as a first timer?
That I'm going to sharpen and or show you some things about yourself that you never tapped into. So rather if it's something that you do on the usual, I'm going to show you a way that you can polish it to do it either better or completely reinvent another person that you never thought that you were going to tap into. It's an experience. I know a lot of people, they're like, why don't you go live and let's see some footage from class? And it's just like, you need to take class.
Yes.
The exclusivity to a portion of it, it's a complete non-judgmental safe zone. And I want to protect, the people that give me that time to have with them. It isn't for everyone else. It's specifically for the participants who decide to give me their bodies for an hour. So it's me and you. And you gonna fall in love.
Yes. It's amazing. Like, and people need to know that kind of stuff. I love it. Like,
Yeah.
I need to know what
Yes.
they're getting into. So planning is important. I want to make sure that we talk about planning because we talk about passion and we talk about purpose, and we always want to make sure to touch on plan. What are some of the plans for the near future that you're able to share with us? I know that everything's not able to be shared at this point in time because there's secrets, but is there anything that people can look forward to and can keep and look out for when it comes to anything you're coming up with in the near future?
Mm. Um, for the dear future, um, so there we have an athletic wear line. It's streetwear and athleisure wear, always super comfy, super cute. I mean, I'm wearing one of our ultra crop two pieces right now. Be on the lookout for what's going to be dropping for this new season. We are kind of like in a transitional phase, although we are still inside. Um, just be on the lookout for that. You actually can send us a text to Gym Nation to 81493, and then you'll be able to receive exclusive updates. Not everyone, not if you're subscribed online with your email, that's not the way to get it. The only way to get it is to sign up through text message. So if you want to hear more, you'll definitely have to shoot us a text.
So people got to keep an eye out, whether it's text or email. Definitely watch your or not website, but your Instagram because there's always information there too.
Oh
I
yeah,
gotta stay
absolutely.
tuned.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good to hear. So you did speak a little bit earlier about having feedback from some of the moms and super moms and some of the different people that you've worked with. What is and you don't have to be too specific, but what are some of the kinds of feedback that you've received about whether it's helping out with confidence or just helping people reach goals that they just didn't know that they could reach when it comes to dance?
Um, I've helped some people save their marriage. I've helped some women be able to look in the mirror and say that they're beautiful. I've been able to help some women who thought that they'd never be able to dance. They were always that friend growing up that like, you ain't got no rhythm, you can't move. To now, like their friends are telling them to get in the middle of the circle and do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, I've helped women to be able to open up to believe that women can have a sisterhood, like that it's possible. Like some of these women, since we are virtually, I've never met a day in my life. And outside of this virtual space that we're sharing right now and the social media space, um, I wouldn't know them. So that's one of the really, really cool things that social media and the internet allows us that access to. But one of the biggest things was, even I've helped a mom who didn't think that she could have children, like kind of
Mhm.
transition to get that courage to be able to attempt to try again and get pregnant. So there's tons of stories that are just like, oh my God, really? And the fact that they want to share them with me. Sometimes people will reach out to me just to let me know, like, they've gotten a raise at their job. Their child has finally like upped a grade. Like, I'm literally like perfect attendance, whatever it is. Like, they really, really feel the need to share that, and that's really just priceless for me. Like, it's really a
Definitely.
little tribe. Like, Gym Nation is definitely a little tribe.
Reason that people have that after meeting and working with you, people feel like they want to share those parts of their life with you.
Yeah,
And they want to make sure
yeah.
you know, like, hey, this has gotten better, or things have improved since since I started with you. So that's amazing. That feedback always keeps you in.
Yeah. Or even let me know some of their struggles. Like, Jiff, I didn't do my affirmations today. I kind of was feeling kind of out of it. Like, the
Mhm.
honesty and the transparency, eh, aside from the good moments. Obviously, we all love the good moments, but they also do share when they're having those challenging moments. Um, and they trust for me to, give them that punch on the chin and like, girl, we
Definitely.
got this, and I'm happy, I'm happy that I can be one of their lifelines in that essence.
That's amazing. I'm glad that you've been able to do that for these people, because at the end of the day, I think sometimes we all just need to know that there is someone there for us,
Yes,
in,
yes.
whatever capacity that is. It just sounds like you're really able to meet people are and use the tool of dance and movement, and use dance as medicine to help them do some healing. That's just that there's nothing you can, you can't buy that anywhere.
No, that's why I'm like, you literally just need to come and experience it. Like, come on, come join Gym Nation. It's okay.
I think people get caught up in like the sensation when people say it's an experience. Like, people have to really understand, like, an experience is all of those things. It's the sights, it's the sounds, it's everything. So I appreciate you for bringing that to the people. So, what advice would you maybe give someone who is looking to jump into their dreams, whether that's dance, whether that's something else? What advice would you maybe give someone who's kind of standing there and on the sidelines, not really sure, but they're thinking about it?
Find out who you are and really fall in love with who that person is. And some people dig in to only the good parts. Like, I mean, really, really dig in and find out your flaws. Because sometimes your flaws are like the strongest parts about you that really make you stand out from everyone else. Everyone is shooting for this eye of perfection. And it's just like, that is in your way. Find out who you are, fall in love with who that person is, and then your intuition will lead you exactly where you need to be. Yeah.
That's some amazing advice. 'Cause I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of times where we're taught who we should be. We have
What you should
expectations of who
do,
we
where
should
you
be.
should go, what field this
Yes.
should be, who you should talk to, what you should look like. I mean, the criticisms is just like a endless list. And then you bring all of that doubt into whatever you decide to do. And that is kind of really what kills whatever it is that you're doing. You know,
Right, because
it,
it's not that
it
people don't
just,
have the talent to do it.
no, it's just that sense of uncertainty and doubt. You can be a millionaire and you can still be sitting like, am I really supposed to be doing this? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not really about the money. It's not about the accolades that you're achieving and doing it. It's really about knowing who you are and loving that, to be able to trust your instincts, that it'll give you that discerning ship in those moments, in those weak moments, because those challenging moments are going to come no matter if you're walking in your truth or purpose or not. Like, those challenging moments are bound to come for sure.
They are. So let me give you, I guess, we are a community that likes to be sure to be a support of anyone that we come in contact with. We always want to be that supportive force. So, what are your social media handles? How can people reach out and get in contact with you, or schedule even a class? Not necessarily directly with you, but schedule a class. Um, Find out where they can get the awesome clothing. Because I mean, who doesn't want to be comfortable during this pandemic?
So shopwithjiff.com. That's shopwithjiff.com. Shopwithjiff.com. You can sign up for classes. If group classes have you a little bit nervous, we do have one-on-ones, and that's when we completely cater to exactly whatever your needs are, whether if it's flexibility, tease, twerk, hip roll, or just understanding like the fundamentals of rhythm in itself. Like, I just want to be able to enjoy myself when I go out with my girlfriend to do my thing. So we do have that ability, as well as private parties. And then the apparel is online. So it's a one-stop shop. You get everything.
Yes, and then you offer. I want to make sure. I don't think we talked about this. You offer two classes: the Chicago Hip Roll and Tipsy Twerk, right?
Yes, yes.
So they're two different things. Get into either one, whatever you feel. Sign up for what you feel best for.
Absolutely. Yes. And that's the Chicago Hip Roll class is literally the first and only hip roll class here in Chicago, and actually in the entire state. So
Really?
yes, yes,
Facts.
yes.
Now you know something new. Or Women's History Month. Now we know something new.
Yes,
I did
yes.
not know that.
So come on and learn the Chicago way. It's definitely different. That's for sure, but it's a lot of fun.
All right. I appreciate knowing that. I can't believe that. In all of what I researched, I did not know that until just this very moment. So, wow. So, I want to make sure that we give you a chance. Is there anything that you would like to share with the community as we get ready to close out? Anything that maybe we did not touch on that's really important that you feel like you want either just everyone in general to know, or just a shout out to the Gym Nation?
Oh, thanks. Hey, y'all. I want you to know that there's always light where you want it to be. Always remember that there is if there's a will, there's a way. I know, as cliche as that sounds. And don't underestimate the ability to let your body tell your story. There's different ways to completely tap in and become the author of your own book. You that will be published by doing that. Okay. And if you need some help, I'm here for you. You can find me on all social media sites at Jiffydance. That's Jiffydance. Again, that's Jiffydance. And then our company business page is on Instagram, and that's Jiff Collection, JiffCollection.
For anybody who was not able to keep up with that, don't worry. In the description under the video, everything is included. We want to make sure you have the easiest time accessing the site. The website is easy to use, and so you should have no problems getting signed up and getting your rhythm together. So,
Yeah, I got you, girl. Come on.
oh yeah, we'll all be there. Maybe we need a group class. So thank you so much again for joining us. Everyone who tuned in, thank you for watching. If you catch it on the replay, let us know that so we can keep up with that information. Everybody have a good afternoon, and we'll see you on Thursday.
See you guys. Bye-bye.